This is the rest of my educational history, well, a broad overview. I can tell more stories later. I have been doing some deep, very deep mental, emotional, and spiritual healing these past few weeks, that is why I haven't been posting anything. I don't know if I am back fully yet, I just wanted to post something. When spring break came my 9th grade year, it was in the spring of 1990, my grandpa Vilaquet took us down to Florida. He was trying to help thinking the warm weather and sunshine would be good for me. It worked so well I didn't want to go home. We moved to Spring Hill in August 1990, my 10th grade year. Maybe he will do better if he can get out all year, Grandpa said. Geographic cures don't work, but they didn't know that. I only had 2 special ed classes that year. I got a normal computer basic class, with all IBM type computers, so my Apple IIc didn't help much. But the special ed classroom had an Apple IIc already, so I got to keep mine at home. I still hated my life, still feared asking girls out. I did go to school dances and danced with some girls, even in that bad school up north, but that is as far as I got. My grades from 9th to 11th grade had dropped to B's and C's and my chances for Harvard were gone. On the upside, I did like the aide I had at Springstead. Chuck would leave me alone if I didn't need him to write that hour. He called me his boss, and I think he meant it. I called him by his first name even. It was Chuck and the principal's idea. I was liking the taste of having some independence. My senior year the other kids were abuzz with the information that if we have good grades and great attendance, we have no finals, a senior perk. That along with the fact that somehow I got into honors economics made me happy. I thought I can do this, I did it before. I started to actually care about school again. I joined the DECA club and the golf team the year before. When I turned 18, I got a land check from the government, through my tribe, so I got myself a IBM Windows 3.1 Tandy computer. It had better games than Apple and still does. I even had the guts to ask 2 girls out, one said no, one said yes. Cool. We went to the senior prom together. She was a freshman but also had CP, so we had that in common. However, her mom had bigger plans for her. And she was 4 years younger than me, so it didn't last. I still had special ed English. It was confusing having both an honors class and special ed. Springstead had 4 special education classrooms with 4 different teachers to offer 4 different levels of difficulty. I was sleeping in the hardest one, and the teacher woke me for tests. She knew I was a mistake and shouldn't be there. Once I remember she used my test as her master key. That was funny. So that year once more I landed on the honor roll, again without real effort. I ended with no finals too, so I achieved my goals. I graduated in 1993 with the first ever Spirit Award, a DECA award, and was given a Letterman jacket with a letter for golf and academics as well as my diploma. I was going through vocational rehab to help with college, but they insisted I go to a program to learn to live by myself first. When I got there I found out that most people that were there were freshly disabled by an accident. I was one of the few that was born disabled. I just needed to know how to use a knife without cutting myself by accident so I could cook for myself. It didn't work, so they gave up, and so did I. I still can't cook, but I know the theory of cooking. After 3 months they kicked me out, so that was a wasted year. I had to wait until fall 1994 to go to college. So which college, what to do? The master plan had failed, Harvard Law was way out of the question. I remembered seeing that Disney had computer animation in the dance scene in Beauty and the Beast. My jaw dropped. I still love that scene, hate the film but love that one scene. I did so enjoy that one class, so I thought why not? So I told my worker at vocational rehab what I wanted to study. They wanted me to go to a community college to see if I could handle the work first. Again, I have to prove I can do it. Fine, I went to Pasco Hernando Community College. I did get my own apartment in Brooksville, and vocational rehab did get me into a program to help me live on my own through the Association of Retarded Citizens. Cerebral palsy is considered a developmental disability, so I qualified, they said. Again, fine, I got the help I needed. Fun times ahead though. One day when I was talking to my aide from ARC, she said we can hold your checkbook, pay your bills for you and give you an allowance. I said no, I can do it. I need to learn that stuff. We went back and forth, however I won. ARC had to change gears fast to work with a suicidal smart ass with CP, who was smarter than most people. I did pay my bills on time, but I bought video game stuff with the rest of it. It drove Karen, the aide, nuts. One day a woman named Rose came over and said, we reshuffled the deck, I've got you now. I thought, yeah, I really pissed Karen off, good for me. I wonder how long Rose will last. I graduated PhCC in May 1997 and started the University of Central Florida August the same year. Rose was still around in the summer of '97. Rose, my big case worker, and I had a meeting. I was going into a commercial dorm room and they cook for everyone, so I had a meal plan. I was told I might not need services while I was in school, and it would be easy to reapply and get the Medicaid waiver back. I agreed to do it that way. I had a year of prerequisites to take before I could apply for film animation. I heard it was extremely hard to get into that program. Due to computer space available, they only took 10 students a year. One kid had tried for 3 years to get in. I submitted my application and my portfolio, which was all digitally based. On my first try I was accepted. I shocked my department head in our first week. He came up to me and said, Edward, I got extra cash to buy any device you need to use our computers better. I taught myself to use all normal computer equipment, so, no thanks, I need nothing. He asked if I was sure, I said yes, see. So I showed him how I could use the Unix box. In order to learn the software, we watched the professor demonstrate the software. We had to huddle around 4 monitors to see the demo. A week after my talk with the department head, I go in to watch a demo and there is a 5th monitor, I think it was 17 or 19 inches, big for those days, off to one side. My professor said, the 5th one is for Ed to roll up to by himself. I received my BA in Film Industry Technology, specializing in computer art and animation in May 2000. Until next time, I may tell how I got into golfing. As this is YouTube, you know what to do.